Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has released some new information about how to get tickets to tour the newly renovated Salt Lake Temple.
An open house will take place from April through October of next year after a years-long closure. News specialist Daniel Woodruff joins us live with the details. Daniel.
Yeah, that's right, Debbie and Mike. You will be able to reserve tickets to attend that Salt Lake Temple open house celebration beginning on September 1st. The church says those reservations can be made on the Temple Square app or online at templesquare.org. Now, it doesn't cost anything to attend the Temple open house, but tickets are required due to demand. The Salt Lake Temple closed back in December 2019, and it's been under renovation since then, both inside and outside. Workers have been busy installing a base isolation system underneath the temple to shore it up in the event of an earthquake.
Never forget the pioneers who came here in 1847, poor as they were, and immediately showed their faith, their willingness to commit and dedicate their lives to the Savior Jesus Christ by building the house of the Lord, which is now renovated right here.
The church also offered a first look today at the new Temple Square Visitors Center, which is designed to help people learn about temples and about Jesus Christ. That Visitors Center will open next month on May 18th, and it will be open every day from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Now, at this point, you do also need a reservation to visit that Visitors Center. You make that reservation online. We have much more information about all of this on our website, KSL.com. We'll send it back to you.
Yeah, pretty exciting stuff. A lot of people anxious to see both of those sites. All right, thank you, Daniel. KSL's been tracking this story since
As we get it.
Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has given us a preview inside its new Temple Square Visitor Center. It's all part of the church's renovation of this historic area.
And church leadership says this new visitor center will answer a lot of the public's questions about the church's global mission and the purpose of its temple buildings.
We do have behind-the-scenes preview here of what the public will soon see. Deanie Wimmer join us live now from Temple Square to anchor our live team coverage. Deanie?
Mike and Debbie, this is just the beginning of several high-profile unveilings for the church. The largest will come in just under a year. That's when the church opens the historic Salt Lake Temple for a public open house. But what better way to prepare for all of that than by visiting the brand new visitor center? Carol Makita is here and got a first-time look at that new center. What did you think?
Deanie, this new visitor center is a unique experience. It offers a chance for anyone and everyone, you'll need a reservation, to step inside and imagine what it's like, to literally experience what it's like, to look like and feel like inside a Latter-day Saint temple.
Our media tour began at the Christus statue, which has its new home in the West Wing of the Visitor Center. And then we joined President Dieter Uchtdorf and President Emily Bell Freeman inside temple replica rooms, starting at the welcome desk.
It says, welcome to the house of the Lord.
Then into a baptistry.
And this is the room where the youth will come in and do baptisms for ancestors.
An instruction room where church members watch a video.
We will learn about God's plan of salvation for His family.
The celestial room, a place for peaceful reflection and prayer.
We refer to this one as kind of symbolically entering back to our Heavenly Father's presence.
And the sealing room.
This is where families are sealed together for time and all eternity.
I had an opportunity to ask church leaders why it was so important for visitors to have that opportunity to experience the inside of a temple.
But what this visitor center does for us in a way it's never been done is it gives people a glimpse effectively into the temple and what happens and the configuration of the building. And I think it'll be interesting, fascinating, but also inspiring for anybody who comes.
I have so many friends who are members of different faiths who will ask about our temples. Let's get in the car and let's drive downtown and I will walk you through this visitor center and they can experience what is the deepest and most holy part of my belief.
It is wonderful that we have now this openness of showing what is happening so no one can feel that we're keeping anything in the hidden, because there's nothing to hide. It's only sacred, and we hope it will be honored and respected.
The new visitor center on Temple Square opens to the public May 18th. The hours are 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 7 days a week. Now, in order to tour the replica temple rooms, which take about 30 minutes, you'll need a reservation, and you can do that by downloading the Temple Square app.
So they can start doing that right away.
Do it right away.
Yeah. Okay, that's exciting news. Carol, thank you.
My pleasure.
And then also today, the church revealed new details about the public open house for the
Latino communities. Live and streaming. This is KSL News at 6. Good evening. In just under a year, tens of thousands of visitors will be invited to Salt Lake City for a chance to see the historic Salt Lake Temple for the first time in over 100 years. Deanie Wimmer anchoring in the field for us tonight. And Deanie, we've learned some big new developments today, haven't we?
Yeah, Mike, I'm live here on Temple Square, and as you can see, a lot has happened since the renovation project was first announced in 2019. Most obviously, all of the scaffolding is down off of the temple, and you can see that clearly and visibly. All of Temple Square is mostly open. The spring flower beds are in full bloom. It's just really coming together, looking beautiful for what is going to be a big year, a historic year here on Temple Square. Now, in just a few minutes, Daniel Woodruff will join us to talk about how you can get tickets for the public open house tours of the Salt Lake Temple when that opens next year. But with me right now is Carol Makita. You got a tour of the new visitor center on Media Day.
I did.
And you talked to church leaders. It's an interactive exhibit and they had a mission, a vision for it all.
It was a very unique experience to have at this visitor center. And President Dietrich Uchtdorf and President Emily Bell Freeman were our tour guides. I had an opportunity to ask President Freeman afterwards what her hope is for this visitor center.
So my ultimate hope for this visitor center is that families will come. I hope youth come and bring their friends to learn more about the gospel of Jesus Christ. We'll come together and walk through these rooms and then sit and talk about what they learned here.
Carol, walk us through the tour. It looks beautiful inside.
It's really remarkable. Everyone who comes will have an opportunity to see what it looks like and feels like to be in a Latter-day Saint temple. You begin by walking through the temple doors into the welcome desk, which everyone is familiar with who's a Latter-day Saint walking into a temple. And the next thing you walk into is the baptistry, followed by an instruction room, and then the celestial room, and the sealing room. And along this tour, guides will explain what happens in each room, and visitors will have an opportunity to ask questions, any question that they want to. So this is a most unique situation.
I'm looking at the center, and it's two buildings on top. It looks like two buildings.
So along South Temple, as you drive or walk along South Temple, it does look like there are two buildings, but it's really two parts. In the West Wing is the Christus. Everyone is familiar with that. So it has a new home with a backdrop of the Salt Lake Temple. And then on the lower level where the temple tour is, and the East Wing holds a replica of the Salt Lake Temple. Really very striking. So it's like a cross-section. You can see every room in the actual temple.
And we looked at pictures. It was surprising detail.
The wallpaper, the lighting fixtures, the furniture, very tiny but very distinct.
Tell how people can get reservations to get a tour.
So the visitor center on Temple Square opens to the public May 18th, and it is open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 7 days a week. But this is a 30-minute tour of all of these temple rooms. So you're going to want to make a reservation, and you can do that easily by downloading the Temple Square app.
Okay, looking forward to that. It's the first big event of what will be many to come. Carol, thank you.
My pleasure.
Now, we brought you team coverage of this renovation project in 2019.
No, all the details in a couple of minutes.
All right, can't wait. Thank you, Kevin. It is a monumental day for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and its ongoing renovation of Temple Square. Church announcing the grand opening of its new visitor center. Deanie Wimmer joins us from Temple Square with more on the new center here and when people can actually get tickets for the Salt Lake Temple Open House. All right, Deanie, huge milestone today, huh?
Oh, it's such a big sign of progress here. The new visitor center right over my shoulder, and this is the beginning of what will be several high-profile unveilings for the church over the next year. Now, when the visitor center opens next month, this is what visitors can expect to see. They'll expect to see what goes on inside a Latter-day Saint temple. A guided 30-minute experience will lead visitors through full-scale replicas of sacred temple rooms, including the welcome desk, baptistry, sealing room, and the celestial room. We asked church leaders why it's so important for visitors to have that opportunity.
It is wonderful that we have now this openness of showing what is happening, so no one can feel that we're keeping anything in the hidden, because there's nothing to hide. It's only sacred, and we hope it will be honored and respected.
The visitor center opens May 18th and is open 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. To walk through the replica rooms, you do need a reservation. You don't need tickets, but a reservation, and you can make those on the app or on the Temple Square's website that you'll want to download. Now, today, church leaders also announced new details about the open house celebrations.
Salt Lake Temple celebration is just under 1 year away, and 5 million people are expected to come to Utah to see the renovated temple.
Ahead of that event, the church is opening the new Temple Square Visitor Center.
It is the openness of this visitor center will show you how temples look inside.
The center includes several full-scale replicas of temple rooms, giving visitors a chance to see what a temple looks and feels like. People will also find miniature temple models and a new marble sculpture titled "Come Unto Me."
He is opening himself with one hand and showing there is space for you.
The visitor center will open every day from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. starting May 18th. You can make a reservation for a tour on the Temple Square app.
Visitor Center, just one part of the Salt Lake Temple celebration. Today, the church announcing reservations to attend the Temple Open House will open on September 1st. The historic building has been closed since December of 2019. Workers have been on site 6 days a week restoring this important landmark.
It's so symbolic to how in our own lives we can have a renewal from the foundation up. We have the rooftop that's been renewed, and we've had the foundation that's been renewed, and everything in between.
The open house will run from April through October of next year, and you can visit templesquare.org to reserve a time to attend once those spots open up in September. Stay with us on TV, online, and on our free KSL Plus app. We're going to bring you the very latest on this historic renovation project as Utah gets ready for the Temple celebration. This year, as we celebrate